why money isn't real, but it's super real.
Poverty isn't real leader. My point is, the only thing that really exists in this world are human beings and hierarchy.
I want
Money.
the everything consistent. Welcome to Talk to Jeremy. I am your gracious host, Jeremy.
You don't look so gracious, so. Bam, babe.
Be your own people that be flaming. It be your own people. So, what do you want to talk about today?
Why money is very real?
Why money isn't real? I'm not sure we have enough minutes in this segment, but let's go at it. Why money isn't real, but it's super real.
Poverty isn't real leader.
You know what? This is a hot take that needs to be on Subway Takes, but let's have it here. Let's do it.
I love politics. My reason for that is yes, we are experiencing poverty, and yes, we need money. But if you check into the financial system, money is created out of nothing. Okay, initially, it was meant to be like a value system. Okay, well, let's do barter by barter kind of situation. I need rice, give me yam. Okay, I don't have rice or yam, but like let's have like paper. Let's back it up with gold. Okay, this person is holding said gold. Like I'm going to give you my gold. You give me proof that I have gold. And then somebody else comes to come and borrow that gold. So let's say you put 5 million worth of gold in a bank.
Yeah.
And then you can use paper to prove that I have the tires. Another person comes to that and says, hey, I need 5 million worth of gold, to do an investment, and I'll give you 10% back later at some point. You come and borrow, so they come, collect that set paper. I'm like, oh, see this proof from this bank. I have 5 million. Run the project. Another person comes and still borrows another 5 million.
You know where's the money coming from?
Where's the money coming from? Eventually, they will come back and pay back said sum, with the paper in gold and 10%. Now the bank is richer. You get your money. Let's say you that pay your bank this thing. You get your 1% of the year. The bank gets back 5 million. Still gets its 10%. You can get 10%. Now the bank is richer, but all they give you is paper. So where's the money? Where did the money come from?
So what the bank is really lending is the paper that verifies that there's 5 million and not the actual substantive.
Exactly. That's all the government gives you. That's all banks give you. That's all the financial system gives you.
This is an interesting take.
And I'm not trying to. I don't make it like very, very long. My point is, the only thing that really exists in this world are human beings and hierarchy. And because of who we are as the people, we intentionally have to make ourselves feel better than other people. So we tell stories. That way, people don't feel bad that they think that you're better than them. They can just like accept it. But what does nobility have? Like if you think about olden times, what does nobility have that you don't have? You shit the same, you smell the same, you look the same. Maybe somebody is more prettier, but like the mental of humanity is the same thing. Hierarchy is the only thing that exists, and I think that is what like power exists, and that's why that money is created as an idea. Like okay, if money isn't real, but you really like money exists, because it's not real because it's created out from nothing. And nothing can be created out of nothing if you follow like that. Right? If money exists, it's so that
from finance to physics. I love it.
Yeah, but the reason money exists so that people can work. Why do you think that people that are at the top don't really do anything?
What do you mean?
If somebody owns land, let's say you come and you lease the land, or maybe you lease every year, you're paying every year. Now you own property on that land, and you're paying to a landowner, of course. Maybe you make a factory. Think about it in terms of hierarchy. There's the landowner, there's the person that's leasing the land, there's the person that owns the factory, there's the person that is managing the factory, people that are working in the factory. Now, people that are working in the factory, obviously, they're paid. Like they're doing like labor. And they're doing labor so that they can get money. But why do you need money?
To buy stuff.
Why do you need to buy stuff?
Because they're being sold to me.
Yeah, sure, but like what do you really need?
Food, the basics, food.
You need food.
Shelter.
Yeah. Do you believe there's scarcity of food in the world? No. You don't believe there's scarcity of food in the world. But people, why does hunger exist?
Because food is being hoarded.
What do you mean hoarded?
Yeah, there is that. There's a distribution problem too.
There's a distribution problem. And do you think it's an intentional distribution problem?
I do think a lot of it is intentional. I think, especially after recognizing that it's a distribution problem, I think it's all of it.
Exactly. So I don't need to explain this to you, but like my point is there are a lot of things that we think we need money for, but we don't. Let's say all problems like housing, you can't pay somebody for houses. But why was it easier to buy houses 20 years ago at our age? By the way, than it is to buy houses now. Like now you rent.
20 years ago, and I didn't father too.
Your father owned the house. Yeah. But maybe not your father, I don't know. But like ideally, yeah, or potentially, whatever, your father could own a house. So 30 years ago,
The barrier to entry was
it was very low. You could own a house, you could build your own. Then now you have to rent. I don't know anybody my age that owns a house that is within the same income bracket that I do. Either you inherited it from your father, or you don't own a house, or you earn
That's
like,
actually very
earn like the
true.
difference. So like barrier to entry like is high and everything. My point is money is an incentive. Money makes people do stuff they don't want to do. If you didn't need money, if everybody was rich, you wouldn't work.
And then we can't.
Poverty would not be a concept. You just had everything.
Yes. And this now brings us to the whole thing of like why universal basic income can never happen. Because it would mean that an entire working class will be taken out because people are not just as motivated to work anymore. And those who are accumulating obscene amounts of wealth will no longer be having the amount of wealth. But at the same time, it makes you really think, if it came at the cost of everyone being okay, is it really a bad thing? But of course. And I mean, this is like from the perspective of them. Like, if you as the billionaire who today you can literally buy everything that is physically attainable, if it came at the cost, like 99% of your wealth, and that leaves you still in the billion category, yeah, you're still quite rich. I mean, Warren Buffett did 90% when he was still a billionaire, and then he came back, he was still left with 10%. He's still number 4 today, be number 5. Be number 3 there.
Now or then.
Yeah? No, even now. Warren Buffett.
Now something happened. You saw the stock. Oh, like he knew beforehand. He did like. So this is very recent. Like it was the thing. Let's not get into that, but it was the thing.
Wait, with Larry and Ellison too?
I don't know about Larry. I'm talking about like Warren.
Warren, oh, okay.
Warren specifically.
Interesting. Okay. So this has been a lovely finance segment, but you know what? I think it's the price. Like it's the price to pay. People will say, "Oh, he's because you're not a billionaire," but you know what? Screw him. I think
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying that like
I think I kind of hate on it.
the people that are on top understand the game. I'm just saying like
So well.
the fierce people, yeah, either have all the money or have no attachment to money. If you want to be really free, have no attachment to money. Be able to afford just the basic things, and you'll be fine. But if you're living in Nigeria makes you aspire to wealth, and that's all we have. That aspiration. And Nigeria makes you aspire to wealth because of a lot of things are being like kept from here. I happen to talk about how like if the moment they move to Europe, they realize they don't need certain amounts of money. Like that was all fantastic. They don't need to be that rich.
Social welfare.
Yes. Asia is doing that very well.
China?
See, I don't know about China. I meant Asia, like Japanese,
Korean, South Korean.
Yeah.
No, I'm this is like speaking on China, it's just that is a machine of it. Definition. I guess we can study it and document, like it's documented, but my goodness. Social welfare is low in some categories. So things like freedoms. But then it really begs the question of like freedom versus security at some point. Like what makes for a better life? Will you trade? And I mean, we even do in democratic societies, like we trade freedoms for security. Is the reason why we are having the conversation of rights. Like you give some of your rights to the government and then say that, oh, protect you, because if you have all your freedoms, you can't then have.
Yeah.
And there's a conversation. To tie this back into like Dr. Jeremy, because this is a very lovely thing that we talk about. I like what's like where it points into. Where did this come from? The idea of money not being like, not where did it come from? For you, like what sent you down that rabbit hole, or how did you realize this?
Oh, it's nothing deep. I think it's an idea I've been thinking before a while. Have you watched the show Industry HBO? You should watch Industry HBO.
I've been thinking about it for a long time.
It is very...
3 seasons, yeah?
Yeah, 3 seasons. It is very vulgar, but it's so real. And I think... I don't think that's where the idea incepted. I think maybe the idea incepted in Billions, another finance show.
The one Bobby Axe.
Bobby Axe Road, yes. But like, it's all numbers on the screen. People are manipulating numbers on the screen, and they say it's real. Did you watch Wizard of Truth?
No, I don't think so.
Wizard of Lies. I think it was Benny something, I can't remember. But he had built this kind of like, the same way investment people have their like banks and everything. People would drop money with him. So he had built a very sophisticated Ponzi scheme. It's not like bring money to bring money, but like a very sophisticated Ponzi scheme, yeah. And people thought that their money was real, so they were operating based on that fact that like he had built a machine by accident, and he just kept getting bigger and bigger, and the lights kept putting and adding. And there was no like software to like stuff and all of that stuff, but like it just kept like getting
expanding.
I can't explain this because it's been a long time since I saw the movie, but like it's like you think what you think like a bank has actual money. Investment banks. I think they're called asset management houses.
Okay.
They're meant to like carry your money for you, invest for you, and bring more money for you.
Yeah, okay.
So he had built something like that. So like people were getting returns. They like, oh, it's going to get to my bank and this thing. So somehow I can't remember. I don't know how. I can't remember how, but it came to light that there was actually no money. There had never been money. This was meant to be like $1 billion like company. There was no money. And then the moment he crashed, the entire stock market crashed.
So basically,
on one guy.
So crypto.
Yes, exactly. So crypto, like, you don't know when the NFT bubble existed.
Oh my God.
My point is like all of this have been really small for me, but like I noticed all this still, and I'm like, they're just numbers on the screen. We see somebody be like, oh, this thing that happened today, before you know, oh, the value has gone up, like on the same screen you're looking at. Deal. So if someone that's a very, very good sophisticated hackster, which we've seen in movies, in handkids, the number goes high on the screen. You didn't take the money from anywhere. It just doubled, it just tripled. Nothing was essentially lost. Because of you being able to make that appear on the screen, people now think
you've moved the value.
Like you're real, like the money exists. But where did it come from? So like the idea has been moving for me, and then I started watching this lecture recently about how power works. And it's exploring the fact that like money isn't real because of like money as an idea is created by powerful people that like rule the world to make people work.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like you always wonder, why do billionaires never have billions in their accounts?
Your net worth is not liquidity. It's not liquid.
It's not liquid, But like they're treated like they have everything. But like if money was real, shouldn't it be somewhere?
There's this channel that I think you would like if you don't already know him, Generic Haddad, on YouTube. He's this like I think the first time I was about to come to my mouth was like, oh, he's this autistic guy. But I mean, he does have autism, and he says he has autism. But he does like semi-long, medium length content on like just demystifying finance and power structures. But he speaks mostly on like politics and like finance concepts like gerrymandering, things like the loan structure and how people are able to escape taxation by taking loans. So money that is loaned is not taxed. And they're like interesting techniques that the rich constantly use. You can mortgage certain things using like certain assets that you have to then get more money and get more tax free. It's a very interesting idea. I like this, and I like to explore it even more. So the conversation is finance.
It doesn't have to be finance. I think I was talking about like, okay, yeah, the concept that like,
the poor people created so that
people created the idea of money
people
work. Because if people don't have something to aspire to, that's why status exists. Status isn't real. People need to see something and like
aspire to it.
So that like we have to be like this thing. The world was a lot more community based in history. Things like before, if let's say somebody got rich, let's say the king bless somebody in the community, well, the first thing they'll do that night, or throw a party for a tea. Everybody come and eat. And it was like signaling to be like, what is my own? You get like there was no like hoarding of wealth, like oh my god, it was come, oh chow. Like and everybody in the community is like, it's not just you that like hiring people to do that system. Like I'm throwing the party, you like the caterer, how much do you want? You want to start making this. Everybody's still in the community assisting to be like, if you need money, like it's great. Like when there was a big victory, it was shared, but like now that things are getting more and more individualized, and I feel like I can say the government's power that's like setting us together. So like you're aspiring to, and you're just like.
Okay. So a couple of sentence blank questions that I think I want you to answer. First thing that comes to mind, 2-3 seconds, just first thing that comes to mind. Sometimes life feels
hard.
The real. I mean, young Nigerians talk about 20-year-olds. Real. I believe.
Blank. I think it's mine.
Except 3 seconds. I thought you were going to say, I believe money isn't real. It's unfair that
The health system is the way the health system is.
Okay. Is this global or national?
Global and national.
Okay.
I know that some countries are doing better for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like
Scandinavian countries. I think.
yeah, Scandinavian countries are really doing amazing for themselves. But I think that like it's really, really unfair that like people get sick for minute things. I think it's unfair that like drugs are used as tools to control people.
That's medication now.
Yes, medication. I think it's unfair. I think sickness is unfair.
Sickness.
Yes, a lot of sickness happens, but like I believe like a lot of things to be avoided if the government wasn't trying to profit off people, if greed wasn't gaping.
Speak on it. Love is
Practical.
love is practical.
Can I like go on? Can I like expand on that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the reason I say that is I don't believe in any love that is just words.
That's just what.
Words.
Okay.
I don't believe I love you is I love you. I believe I love you is I came to the park to see my friend who I haven't seen like in a long time. I believe I love you is help me and buy food as you're coming.
Okay.
I believe I love you is you're not feeling fine, I'm here.
So basically, you're an acts of service guy.
I'm a heavy act of service guy and I grew up in an act of service family. Yeah, I didn't even know the time act of service existed, but that's the thing. Because we didn't use I love you when I was growing up. I love you was such a corny, like instead of Western concepts. What an American thing.
I want
Money.
everything consistent. I want money. I'm going to love this cut because it means I want money. Money. Like literally all three of you. I love it.
And it's so funny how money is real.
Look at you. So you want fantasies.
Yeah, but like in the end,
You can't fight above the system.
I have to put the system.
You can't theorize within the system as someone who is unfortunately suffering from the system. You have to be part of it.
You have to be outside of the system, or lead the system, or control the system.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the idea of like acts of service and like love, I think one of the things that I really like as a concept is, so in hierarchy, I am acts of service, quality time, and then words of affirmation. What that means is I am very, very keen on like you said, love being practical, like actually showing up and doing things I wanted to help. One of my biggest love is cooking for people. I love you, I will cook for you. It's just you're around me, I will cook for you. It's just the way it's wired for me. I enjoy bringing you in to do things that I enjoy doing as well and exposing you to things that I can. Of course, spending time with you, of course, very much one thing. But then on words of affirmation, what that says for me is it's important that when you're doing all of these things, because they can be easily misconstrued or not understood to the degree that, because you say like, oh, you do all these things, you're coming to the park and it means that, oh, I love you. But I am just thinking about, oh, you're my friend. It's not love for me.
I'm still saying I love you. The friend still doesn't.
What I'm saying is it's important to also build a culture that prioritizes both the confession of love and then the practice of love.
I agree with you.
So it's not just that, oh, I showed up every day to your basketball game. No. Like that's his consistency and commitment.
What would you rather choose?
Between if I had to, so the person that shows up.
If somebody like always say they love you, no, never did. The person that never said it, but like at every important part of your life.
No, obviously the one that shows up. Okay, without question. So the one that wants the most for practical terms. Why did you come sit here?
Oh, the blanket was fine. I have no reason actually.
You came to sit here because you love me.
Yeah, I came to you because I love you.
I love you too. Men, tell your friends you love them.
Love them.